Eyob Bhata Habtemariam worked as a team leader of up to 10 prison guards in 2 jails for political prisoners in Eritrea over a 9-year period. He claims that out of 35 jailed former government officials and journalists, 15 have died through medical neglect and incarceration in appalling conditions. He says the newest prison, Eritrea, was the worst, with solitary confinement in temperatures of up to 50 degrees centigrade and little food.
Until now, no one has been beaten. The prisoners do exactly as they're told. The location of the prison is torture in itself with all the heat. They are there to die.
It was after the border war between Eritrea and Ethiopia that the prisoners were arrested. The 2-year conflict, which cost an estimated 80,000 lives and vast damage to the economies of both countries, ended in 2000. The border demarcation is still in dispute, and 10 years on, a Cold War exists. A group of government ministers and other dissenters challenged the Eritrean government in 2001, and in a clampdown they were accused of attempting a coup and jailed. Little has been known of them since. Eyob Bhata claims that amongst those who died was a former minister who had deputized for the president, Mahmoud Sherifo. He said he and his wife, Aster Fessa-Hassion, died through medical neglect. He said Major General Okbai Abraha had attempted suicide and was given medical treatment, but later died of an asthma attack. He also claimed another former minister, Haile Walda Tensai, who had represented Ethiopia in peace talks to end the war, had become blind and emaciated, but was still alive. Eyob Bhata said out of 20 surviving prisoners, 9 were either mentally or physically sick. He spoke of suicides, including 2 journalists who had hanged themselves. He told me he'd escaped while on vacation near the Ethiopian border and claimed if he had stayed in Eritrea, he wouldn't have survived. It's your word. How can you prove this? Do you have any documents, any photographs?
The people I am saying are dead. Let Eritrea produce them alive to prove me wrong. I am giving this information so that the international community pressures the government.
These may all be the words of one man seeking refuge in the territory of Eritrea's archenemy, Ethiopia. But he did go into vivid detail, and he's said to be psychologically disturbed. He did appear to be moved by the frustration about not being able to save the detainees. This will undoubtedly raise international pressure from the United Nations and the European Union on Eritrea over its human rights record. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Addis Ababa.